welcome to Over the Moony. My name is Katie, and today I am bringing you a brand new crafted video. Woo! Our first crafted video of 2020. If you are new to my channel and you don't know what crafted is, it is a series that my friend Jessie and I have been doing for a while now. I think almost like 8 months or something. Where we challenge each other to different crafts. Sometimes we swap supplies. We always pretty much have to pick a character or something for the other person to make a craft out of. So this month we are celebrating one of the original Disney princesses, and that is Cinderella. She is, well, not she, I guess she and her movie are 70 years old this month. 70! That's crazy. Cinderella looks amazing for 70 years old, but it's crazy to think that that has been around for that long, and Cinderella is just an icon. The castle, everything is an icon. So this was a super fun thing that we decided to do, and this one is going to be a little bit different than what you're used to. So we're still making two crafts, but instead of picking characters, we chose scenes, which I think is interesting. So we were able to choose a scene ourselves, and then we had to choose a scene for the other person, as we typically do. And the other caveat to this was that we are not allowed to go out and actually buy any craft supplies. We have to use only what we have here on hand, because A, I have far too many craft supplies that I don't use, so I would really like to use them, and B, because it is after Christmas and I'm trying to be a little bit more conscious of what I'm spending my money on. So I thought that this was the perfect time to kind of marry those two things together. The scene that I chose for myself was the scene when Cinderella is first pulling up to the castle, and you see the castle in all of its glory at night. It just looks so magical and so beautiful. So I have an idea for a craft that honestly I've bought. So I kind of cheated on this because I bought the supplies for this specific craft a while ago, and I've just been a little bit overwhelmed by the idea of it. I think it's going to be beautiful when I'm done with it, but I think it's going to take a really long time to put together. So I just have been a little bit daunted by it, but no time like the present, so we're gonna make that craft. And then the scene that Jessie picked for me was the Bibbidi Bobbidi Boo scene. So I'm thinking, because I feel like those two scenes marry together very well. It's pretty much, you know, the Bibbidi Bobbidi Boo scene and then Cinderella arriving at the castle all in one fell swoop. So I really would like to make something that is complementary to one another. So I've had a pack of canvases sitting unused for a while, and so I've decided that I am actually going to make two different canvases. I have, like I said, the idea for the one canvas, so I'll spill the beans on what the idea is. I want to make a Rhinestone Cinderella castle. At least what we know is Cinderella castle, but what she doesn't know is going to be her castle when she's pulling up there. So I'm really just picturing, you know, a blank canvas and put the rhinestones on it to make up Cinderella castle. Depending on what my rhinestone situation is like when I'm done, I might do a second rhinestone thing. There are two ideas that are floating around in my head. I might either do the glass slipper and kind of do the same thing, a silhouette of the glass slipper on my canvas, or the pumpkin, a rhinestone version of the pumpkin I'm thinking might look really pretty. If that doesn't end up working out, I'm probably just going to do, honestly, like a lyric from Bibbidi Bobbidi Boo on the canvas. I just want to be able to, like, if I want to hang them up, they should be able to be hung side by side and look cohesive together. So that's what I'm going for. I'm daunted, to say the least, by this project that I have thrust upon myself. But if all goes according to plan, then I think it's going to look really pretty. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started on getting my stencil cut out and everything, and once I have that cut out, I will show you guys the next couple steps. I'll show you guys all my rhinestones, because I do have 2 different kinds of rhinestones. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get started on cutting that out, and I will be back with you guys in a little bit. Wanted to give you guys a little bit of an update. So it's been about a week since I last was working on my project, and so what I showed you guys at the end was 2 hours of work for not a lot of results. So if you guys can tell, it's a little bit of a tedious thing. So I'm hoping to get this finished today. I'm also realizing that my other canvas is going to be as simple as possible. I have a pretty cool idea for what I want to do. Also, so I was using, what is it, the E, whatever this glue is, finding it. The E6000 glue, which I was not using like in a ventilated area last time, and you're supposed to. So I've moved upstairs into my room here, so I can actually have my windows open and work on this and not be harmful, and I can have these cat babies hanging out with me. Hello. So cute. So yeah, so we're gonna work on it again today and hopefully get it done, but it's looking really pretty, and I'm sure it's gonna look gorgeous once it is done, but it's just very tedious. So if you are interested in doing this, just so you know. Also, like, looking at it, I'm not even 100% sure that it's the right like silhouette for Cinderella's castle, but oh well. Okay guys, so I finished with years off of my life, I think I finished my Cinderella castle canvas, and it might be my favorite thing that I've ever made for this challenge. And there's been some things that I've really loved, but I think this might be my favorite. I'll tell you some tips and tricks after I show it to you, because there are some things that I probably would have done differently if I hadn't put the restriction on myself that we needed to only use things that we have already. But I just want to show it to you guys because it's so pretty. So are you ready? Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! It's so pretty, and I'm sure the camera's probably not even picking up how pretty it is in person, but you guys, she's gorgeous. She's so pretty. Look at how sparkly she is. And I hope that you can pick up. So there were 2 different kinds of crystals that came in the kit that I got. So there were regular crystals that just reflect silver. And then there are these crystal AB, which I think are like crystal Aurora Borealis crystals, because they have like rainbow inside of them. And I'm going to try to get a close-up of this, though I'm not sure that it's going to really work out too well. These ones are the crystal AB, and I think that they look stunning. So pretty. So what would I have done differently with this project? I would not have used the glue that I used, so I think that's probably the biggest thing. I overall probably spent, I want to say 6 to 7 hours making this thing. 2 hours one day, and then 3 or 4 hours, or maybe even 5 hours another day. And the fumes, I didn't smell the fumes, but the glue on there actually says that they're vapor harmful. So the first time that I was doing it, I was just doing it downstairs in our living room, and John actually made me stop because the fumes were starting to get to him. And then he was reading the thing and was like, yeah, you need to sit somewhere and do this where you can have windows open. So I was like, okay. So then I did. The next time I did it, I sat in my room, as I showed you guys, with my windows open, I didn't smell anything, really. Like, I could kind of faintly smell it, but it wasn't bothering me. It wasn't giving me a headache or anything. But John, like, every time he came up was like, how are you not bothered by this? Like, the entire upstairs smells like these fumes. And like, when I got up, I was kind of lightheaded, but honestly, I had been looking down at my desk for however 3, 4, 5 hours, so I kind of chalked it up to that. I didn't really feel badly about having been breathing in those fumes for such a long period of time, but I think other people, and I mean, I would never do it again. Not for that long. Like, I'll definitely use that glue for other projects, but definitely not for that long of a period of time. I just felt very pressed for time, so I had to make do with what I had. What could you use instead? Perhaps a tacky glue. A tacky glue might work best. Or honestly, if you look in the scrapbook section at your local craft store, they have sheets of self-adhesive crystals that you could just take off and plop right onto this canvas. But overall, I am super, super pleased with how this came out. I think that it is absolutely stunning, you guys. I'm so happy with it. So I'm gonna try to give you guys a close-up so you can see how pretty these crystals look. I am 100% not doing anything more with crystals for the rest of this series, or at least for the rest of this specific Cinderella version. So I do just want to make like a plain Bibbidi Bobbidi Boo canvas. So I'm going to download a brush script from a website called Dafont, DAFONT.com. Make some Bibbidi, a Bobbidi, and a Boo that I can use to cut out a stencil for, like I did with my Hakuna Matata canvas in my Lion King one. I'm just gonna stencil that onto a canvas, then color it in with micron markers because those things are the best. And then I think that I am actually going to use that same paint that I used on my astronomy canvas that I did for the Harry Potter crafted video that we did. That's like very like shifty, the blues and the purples and everything, and just looks very magical. So I'm going to color in with the micron markers and then paint over that with that paint. And I'm looking at the print, it's like right here, so that's why I keep looking. So that's my plan for that. Just honestly, it's simple, it's so easy, but I think that it's gonna look really pretty, and honestly, like kind of vinyl-y, you know what I mean? Like, since it'll have that shift to it. There's a couple things I need to go do, so I'm gonna go do those, and then we'll come back and we'll get started on canvas number 2.
Hey guys, so we are getting started on the canvas that I am making for the Bibbidi Bobbidi Boo scene, and I was looking through pages and pages and pages of fonts so that I could make a stencil, but I could not find a font that I actually liked, so I freehanded it, and it's okay. So I'll show you guys what I came up with. This is what I have for now, so I'm gonna go and thicken up all the lines and get everything ready so that I can paint over it, and hopefully it looks okay. It's not centered, so I'm trying to figure out something to go down here, but we'll see how everything else turns out first. Okay, so here is what I came up with. I ended up using, is this my guy? Yeah, a brush pen, and it was easier to thicken up the lines here. And then this, I thought like could be her magic wand or something, like doing magic. So I'm gonna just let this dry for a couple more minutes, and then I'm gonna go ahead and paint over the letters with my fancy shifty paint, which I will show you guys shortly. I'm going to use this one. So this is the Folk Art Dragonfly Glaze, and this is the red, violet, blue shift. Super pretty, right? Oh my god, love it so much. So I was going to use this one, but I actually forgot that I had this one, which is the full spectrum shift, and this one looks like extra magical, and I haven't tried this one yet, so I think I'm gonna try this guy out and see how I like it, and then maybe like I'll use this one on the wand or just on like the magic bits, but I'm not sure. But I'm excited to see how these come out just over top of black lettering, so fingers crossed it looks good, but let's give it a try. Okay, so I did the Bibbidi part in it, and I'm not really, I know it looks more like, I don't know, something on camera, but I think it's just shiny. I'm not really picking up too much of the sparkle. Like, it really is, it's shiny. I know it kind of looks glittery on camera, but I think it's just because of like the texture of the canvas. And as I was going in and painting over it, it was actually picking up the marker. So it was kind of spreading it around, but also picking up the black. So every time I went to go dip into the paint, it was picking up black. So I think it looks kind of unfinished maybe, but I'm just gonna leave the Bibbidi painted. And I mean, we'll see how it ends up looking. Like, God, on camera it looks so much better than it does in real life, but maybe it'll look better once it dries. But for the time being, I'm gonna call it a day. I think it's something, you know, it's something. I tried. So I had one really epic craft and one kind of not so epic craft, so I'll count that as a win, because that other craft, like I said, I'm pretty sure took years off my life. So I think I can phone it in a little bit for one craft. I hope that you agree. So that is everything that I have for you guys for this version of Crafted. I hope that you guys had fun and enjoyed it. Let me know if you guys have any ideas of what you would have done with the two scenes that I made crafts for, and let me know if you're gonna try recreating any of the crafts that I made, i.e. pretty much just my rhinestone canvas, because this one is not great, but they can all be winners and I'm okay with that. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you have any suggestions for crafted videos that you would like to see coming up next, then please let me know in the comments down below. We're always looking for suggestions because we are loving this series and definitely going to continue doing it going forward. And let me know what you guys would like to see, and your idea just might end up on our channels and in Crafted. And I know Jesse and I were kind of talking already that we would like to do another kind of shop your stash type crafted video, so if you have any ideas for that, then let me know. But other than that, guys, I'm calling it. I'm done. So give this video a big thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and definitely hit that subscribe button down below, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.